From water electrolyzers to flow batteries and fuel cells, Nafion proton exchange membranes play a major role in advancing the hydrogen economy. Through their high conductivity, superior strength, and chemical durability, Nafion membranes provide the performance needed to make green hydrogen safer, more sustainable, and more affordable. Learn how Nafion ion exchange materials support the decarbonization of energy across the globe at www.nafion.com.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
You know, then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the Sports Fix with Stix and the one and only anonymous big homie, baby.
In the house.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. And as always, grab some merch from the Funner family while you're there.
I finally got some merch. It finally showed up.
Oh, you did get some merch?
Yeah, man. I thought they was over there sewing and cutting sheet and getting cotton. You know what I mean? I thought they got my stuff from scratch. It took so long, but it's all good. Be patient and you'll get those good blessings.
Well, yeah,
merch.
If you don't need that quadruple X size, brother, they wouldn't have to go kill another cow for you.
Nah, them tall T days is done, man.
Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow that guy at Nas Big Homie at homie_anonymous. Yes, and use that hashtag Stix and Sports. We got you. We got you. We got you.
Just a bit outside.
So what's going down in the 253 and Nas Big Homie? You've been sweating your huevos off like me up in this biatch, man. Oh my goodness gracious. The first time I slept without a pool of sweat waking up to was last night, baby. It felt so good. What's going on down there?
Yo, yesterday was last night was a whole nother situation than 2 days before. I was like a damn fudge pop. It's a kid done dropped on the concrete, bro. It was all bad. It was all bad. There was no comfort. And I'm sitting up there. I can't breathe. I'm breathing hard, panting like a damn dog. Yeah, it was all bad. I'm sitting up here thinking I needed to go to the damn hospital. You know, I got damn watered down face towels in the freezer. I don't think I've drank that much water since I was a kid at recess. Yeah, it was wild, man.
It was miserable. I had the fans going, had to sleep with the freaking sweat towel to wipe the sweat off me in the middle of the night because it was so nasty. That might be too much info, but I'm sure all y'all out there were going through that same stuff in this Washington heat wave we got going on, man. It
real.
Was
if you in the Pacific Northwest, man, it was just all out straight. Excuse me, gross. Nobody feels what we going through except for people that live in Vegas. Okay, that was just serious business. Going outside, that didn't help. Okay, there wasn't no winds blowing, nothing like that. It was all bad. We happened to get a lucky shot in the dark blessing. One of her bosses at her job, was like, "We have an extra portable AC," and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, right now." She said, "I don't care what it is, bring it." I said, "Well, wait. I'm not trying to do construction on my house just for air conditioning. I don't know what this damn thing involves. And I'm not trying to have my house look like the projects with a damn air conditioner hanging out the window. That's not happening." Yeah. And so anyway, he brought it or whatever. We plugged it up together. And it just has like a little vent that needs to go out the window. Other than that, it's cool. But the damn thing takes like 2.5 hours just to cool off one room. And it's not in the whole house. So you got to choose what room you're going to post up in. So, yeah. It was a gift and a curse because it was good and all back. As soon as you leave the room you got it in, it was like, Like you just walked into the damn African desert, bro. It was bad, man. The being indoors, man, it was all bad.
Yeah, it went from 100 and whatever the hell it was. Looks like today and yesterday was like 90 up here, and then today it looks like it's only about 72. Man, this is amazing right now. I'm all for that.
Shit, that made me have a greater appreciation for all of those Egyptians and whatnot who be all in the desert and have all of those damn clothes on. You know what I'm saying? For religious reasons, they got to have their face covered, head covered. Man, I told my daughter, man, I need to pull off the top layer of skin, bro.
Yeah, it was straight miserable, but it was nice sleeping comfortably last night for once in a few days. So, but wow, it is a real
we need some normalcy. We need some normalcy. I need that rain to come back right now for a couple of days so I can get over this, and then you can bring the heat back. You know what I'm saying? But I need a major cool down after that.
I feel it. And my ass wants to move to Vegas. I might be thinking about my evaluating my circumstances on that, because my ass isn't 21 years old no more. Can't handle all that. That's a bad idea. Let's get into some of the sports talk we got going on in the future that we got. What do you say about that?
Man, let's do it.
All right, the final score.
All right, and now it's Big Homie. We are still here. We're going to roll through some stuff for you guys and gals. As always, the Olympics are still on the board. Starts in 4 weeks now, July 23rd to August 8th. Those Seattle Sounders are still unbeaten, 7 wins, 4 ties, plus 13 goal differential, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, that ain't bad. They almost shot one away last week after we talked about Real Salt Lake. Ended up in a 2-2 tie, but had to come back from that one. Some good stuff in the NHL playoffs. Now it's Big Homie, your Tampa Bay Lightning.
There we go. Get it right.
Up 1-0. Game 2 tonight. And on the Seattle Kraken home front, baby, they finally hired their coach, Dave Hackstall, head coach of the unit. Dave Hackstall. I'm going to tell you right now. Head coach at the University of North Dakota for 11 seasons. College coach. Yep, college coach. Went to a few Frozen Fours, as they called it, in college.
Okay. All right.
But he also was the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers from 2015 to 2008.
There you go. There you go. All right. They ain't hiring no college coach for the big time. We ain't there yet. Get somebody with some experience, bro.
Yeah. And then him and the general manager, Ron Francis, do go back a ways. They've crossed paths a couple bit. I think they were both affiliated with Team Canada as well. In the coaching ranks or recruiting ranks as well, talent acquisitions and stuff like that. So
yeah, Ron Francis is a heavy guy in the game.
Ron Francis is the man. So looking forward to the match next week, brother. Phil.
Next week already, huh? Okay.
Phil and Tom versus Bryson DeChambeau and A-Rod. Aaron Rodgers, July 6th, 5 p.m. Eastern. Set your timer. I'm going with Phil and Tom on this. If it wasn't Bryson DeChambeau, if it was Tiger and A-Rodgers, or it was even Tiger with the walking stick and leg, I'd go with them.
Man, if it was Koepka and Rodgers, I'll probably think a little bit harder. The way this boy DeChambeau just crashed at the end of the U.S. Open, man, hey, look, if I was Aaron Rodgers, instead of trying to opt out my contract and playing this year, I'd be trying to opt out of this TV thing and get this dude up out of here and give me a replacement. Because if after I saw that, I would have been like, oh, damn, I signed up with the wrong guy. I need a sub in.
Petition that to get someone else. Yeah, right. We are in the midst of the Final Four of the NBA playoffs, brother. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee and Atlanta 2-2. Atlanta pulled out the game last night on Tuesday without Trae Young, and Antetokounmpo injury. Yeah. How serious is that? I haven't seen anything on that yet. Is he done? Or Kawhi done? Or
I don't know. I've seen it live, and it was nasty. It was a legit hyperextension. It wasn't one of those like he landed wrong and you couldn't tell. It was like a full like double jointed kind of situation. It was real nasty, and it just didn't look good at all. But on a positive note, after his brother and one of the trainers walked him back, not too long after, he walked back out of the tunnel on his own power, like he was about to get into the game, and the staff sent him back because they were getting blown out. Yeah. So they were like, you know what I'm saying, just call it a night, man. We're getting blown out. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If you're semi decent to go, maybe you get that ice tub, get that treatment, and maybe we can get you on the at the next game with a higher percentage of production you can give us.
Man, it went from like I think it was +6 before the game, or the day before Trae Young was ruled out for Atlanta, and then it went to like +9.5 when Trae Young was ruled out, and they won by what, 20?
I wouldn't have put no money nowhere without Trae Young playing. So
yeah, me
dodged
either.
A bullet right there, boy, because the only play would have been Milwaukee.
Right, you would think. Look how that would have turned out.
Bad. I'd have been cussing up a damn storm today.
And in the Western Conference Finals, we got Phoenix at 3-2 on the Clippers, baby. And what's your favorite saying? The curse of
Donald Sterling, man. But look, you see what's happening though. Like they're sitting the curse on the bench for a little while. Like they're making it look like, hey, we about to kill the curse right here. And Devin Booker got bust in the face. Now he's wearing the Rip Hamilton face mask and can't shoot for shit this last game. Okay. Chris Paul just came back from COVID. I don't care, vaccinated or not. I don't know what his situation is, but he played like garbage too. So I have no idea. I just know that Phoenix playing under best case scenario, all things considered perfect, everybody's good. They washed the Clippers, okay, without Kawhi Leonard. But now all of a sudden it's interesting. So I don't even know. This thing might even go 7. Clippers might win this next one. And I might have to wait for a game 7 to see if the curse survives or goes down in good old-fashioned Donald Sterling fireplace flames.
And you'll be all for that, brother.
Hell yeah, you know I will, man. The damn JV team.
Well, we'll see if the Suns can close it out tonight at the Staples Center, right? So then game 7, if there's a game 7, we'll be back in Phoenix. So
yes, sir.
That's what we have for you on the home front.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Yo. We got a special segment for everybody today. Hey, we cooked this one up real nice for everybody. Okay. Reason being is because the GOAT is running his mouth in the streets now. I know you heard about this, right?
I definitely have heard about this, and I need to see the whole thing, brother.
Yo, okay, so look, I heard about it shortly after we got off and recorded last week, but it didn't air in its entirety until Friday. So I caught it on Friday on HBO. So Brady appears on LeBron's show with Maverick Carter, The Shop. Let's see who was on there. It was Draymond Green, Chelsea Handler, Kid Cudi. But anyway, on that episode, Tom drops a bombshell quote about the 2020 free agency experience that he had. Okay. And that just rung off bells. All the red phones was going crazy at the homie investigative groups. And it had us going. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll break down exactly what he said. Now I might paraphrase because you know how I talk, but these are the words that he said, and these were his intentions. So Brady says, yeah, it was a team that was interested. Then all of a sudden they weren't interested in the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Are you serious? Now there's no way I would have went to that team. They said they didn't want me. I know what that means. I know what that feels like. And I'm going to fuck you up because of that. And that's a Tom Brady quote. Okay,
Brady
when have you heard
messing around, dog?
Yo, you ain't heard Tom Brady talk spicy like that before. So now this isn't all he's said. And he's talked more, you know what I mean? After that, before that, he even talked about on the show the boat parade situation and throwing the trophy around and stuff like that. So we gave you a little bit more insight to him being a little bit more laid back. But that just got us to thinking, okay, who's the motherfucker? Okay, Slim, who's the motherfucker, man? Okay, we got to make sure that we get the explicit parent advisory sticker on this particular episode because we're quoting somebody else. This isn't how we speak on a normal basis. We speak, the Queen's English all the time. But Tom Brady, you're getting a little spicy with everybody.
Had to bring it real for the people, man. I mean, hey, it was quoted in his quote of what he said. So that's what this segment is. We're talking about a discussion piece for the people. We're going to have to give them out. When these people listen, they're going to have to tell us what they think and about the same seg, baby.
That's it, man. So we compiled some information and some nuggets for everybody to chew on. And then we're going to go in on this. Okay. I haven't heard, Stix' opinion on none of this yet. We just going to revisit and go back in time, Marty McFly style, real quick. Okay. So let's remind ourselves what destinations over a year ago were in play for Tom Brady. Now let's start with who didn't have a quarterback at that time. Okay. Who didn't have a quarterback? It was the Chargers. It was a lot of Chargers noise, if you remember. Okay, Tom Brady, California, feels real good. Yes, sir. Now, it was Tampa Bay was in the mixture. Indianapolis, Colts needed somebody after the whole Luck situation and rocking a year with Brissett and all of this. New Orleans. I don't know why. Well, New Orleans had a quarterback, but guess what? Breeze was talking about retiring.
He was putting it out there.
He was putting it out there like he's done Diggler. Okay. So then, now those are teams who possibly didn't have a quarterback. Then let's talk about the teams who had a sitting quarterback that was either possibly considering moving or, in Tom Brady's case, is the motherfucker. Okay. So let's go with everybody's favorite off top. And I ain't going to give away too much. Hometown business, the Bay Area, San Francisco 49ers. Now, think about everything that's involved with Tom Brady going back home. And if you remember correctly, I remember he had already put the feelers out, okay, for going back home as the preferred destination to play in, but that would take some movement. Okay, we'll get into the movement after. Chicago had a sitting quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, which they had just drafted, but he had a decent, okay season. Would they be willing to sit Trubisky on the bench to bring in the GOAT? Just like Russell Wilson, I don't know why. Chicago was one of Tom Brady's preferred destinations initially. Don't ask, okay? I don't know. Now let's look at the possibilities to where they could have made some maneuvers and made it look juicy for Tom to go, and was also in a quarterback situation that could be pretty shaky. Las Vegas Raiders. Have they not done enough time with Derek Carr and ending up with the same result? What's the definition of insanity? Banging your head against the wall, thinking you're going to get a different result. One day this wall going to break. No, your skull going to be fractured is what's going to happen, okay? Tennessee. Guess what? My boy I won titles with is the HC. Head coach, okay? Mike Vrabel. Maybe I can get something going there. They got a big time running back. Okay. Some offensive weapons. Hey. Carolina Panthers at that time was sitting with Cam Newton. Cam Newton is going to consider his thing because guess what? Panthers ain't trying to roll with him no more. Okay, so he's trying to figure out where he's gonna go. The scuttlebutt was where's Cam Newton gonna go? If you go back and listen to the archive of the show, you remember me talking about we need to get Cousin Cam a job. Okay, so those were the possible destinations. Okay, so when you first heard all of those possible destinations back in the day, who was you thinking right off the rip?
I got a few things I want to add to those possible destinations.
Let's go.
And I'm going to start from the bottom of my list that I have here that I just jotted down.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, can Teddy Bridgewater get some love? Can Teddy Bridgewater start getting some love from the people, man? All he does is go out there and put his heart on the line every single game with not a very good team and plays well, in my opinion.
He wasn't there yet.
In Carolina, yeah, he was signed.
He was in New Orleans.
Yeah, he got signed.
This is the same offseason. Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So, but still, Teddy Bridgewater needs some love. Tennessee, I think they're happy that they stuck with their Tannehill character, and
now they are. But was they a year ago after last season?
Maybe. I don't think I think they're a possibility, but
okay. I'm
going to get to who I think it is in a second. Chicago, why the hell does anybody want to go play there? First of all,
that's what I'm thinking.
What the hell's going on? I don't believe that that Tom would have really wanted to go to Chicago. So I don't think that he was one of those things that he was calling Trubisky the mother effer. In a way, he was probably thinking it, but I don't think that was one of the teams. I think Tom really wanted to go to a warm weather place after playing in the cold for so long. So that leaves me with the Raiders in San Francisco. I don't believe that Brady and old boy John Gruden, Chucky, would have got along very well in the first place.
I agree with that.
So, I mean, I could definitely see him calling, saying that about Derek Carr, because I don't really think that that Brady and Carr are like the best of friends. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in their circle, but they seem like two different characters. So on the top of my hot list, and remind you that in 2020, like you said, that these positions were all open.
Right.
Chicago,
let's not think about right now, what we know right now. We got to take ourselves back about a year.
Yep. So, Chicago and San Francisco both drafted a quarterback this year. So you can't tell me that they weren't in the hunt for Brady in 2020 if they already moved on. So my go-to, who he was calling the motherfucker, is definitely Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right, well, don't get into it too early. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, all right. I can't get into it.
I want you to expound on that when we get into it. Okay, because again, you talked about a lot of the characters involved. So I want to put you through the carousel of who the possible motherfuckers are. Okay, we told you the teams, and you gave us a lot of them. But I'm talking about, this is Tom Brady. Whose name is he calling out possibly? Okay.
Yep.
Listen to some of these names, man. So you just talked about the boy Jimmy G. Okay. Mitch Trubisky. I mean, his name starts with him. Okay. I mean, you never know. Okay. Drew Brees. Now, I personally think that they cool homies and all of that, and they got respect for each other, but how you know? He could be the character.
Brady's a competitive guy, man. He'll call anybody out, and friend or foe, man. He'll go get you.
That's right. And I'm true. You talking about this new Brady? who don't give a damn to tell you how you feeling? Oh yeah, it could definitely be anybody. Derek Carr, we talked about him. Okay, some couple mediocre years in Oakland, transitioned to Vegas. Did the inaugural year there. It is what it is. I don't know. Tyrod Taylor. Okay, at this point in time, Tyrod Taylor was the Chargers' starting quarterback prior to the draft. After being injured in Buffalo and having his job stolen by the big gun arm, who's not a cowboy, who I always like to call him a cowboy, but he's from the country too. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen, Cam Newton, who was just released with Carolina. We don't know the timeline on all of these things. So did we know that the conversations were happening prior to the release or not? But it's a good name to have in the mix regardless, okay? Because let's throw shots now. Let a shot be a shot, okay? We talked about Jacoby Brissett too. So now, Jacoby Brissett is a capable quarterback, for the big horseshoe in Indianapolis. Capable. He did work, won some games, probably better than some of these young cats that come out. He's got some multiple dimensions to him. But does Tom Brady look at him like, come on, this guy? And then last but not least, the guy who you said is the Rodney Dangerfield around here don't get no respect, Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater was coming out of New Orleans after Drew Brees got hurt. Okay? So we didn't know Drew Brees' status again. We didn't know if Teddy Bridgewater was going to stay in New Orleans, whether he was going somewhere. Okay, so what was the quarterback room looking like in New Orleans? It was Teddy Bridgewater and Jameis Winston. We saw a glimmer of what was going to be last year with the Taysom Hill experience. But we wasn't considering him as a quarterback until a little bit later, which we might jump into. So now that we know that, let's update the timeline, okay? Let me update you with the timeline. So Indianapolis goes early and goes first and signs Phillip Rivers after his contract had lapsed in San Diego/LA, okay, for the Chargers. He's off the board. Indianapolis is now off the board. Carolina signs Big Dog, Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, they're going to try to build something with their new head coach, McCaffrey with Teddy Bridgewater. Guess that means Carolina is off the board. Breeze finally calls his shot and says, I retire. Sean Payton comes out immediately and says, we're about to rock that Taysom Hill experience. He doesn't even give your boy young crab legs, Jameis Winston, the nod right off the rip, even after the good eyeball LASIK surgery. He don't trust it yet. He says, we're going to go with the big dog Taysom Hill, and whatever it is, it is. Okay? So now, I pose one question to you first. Who's not the motherfucker? Who's the least likely to be the motherfucker, and why?
I really think it's Drew Brees. I think he's close-knit with Drew Brees, like you mentioned earlier. And out of the other ones, I really can't really tell you. Maybe Tennessee might be not the mother effer because of, just the respect that he has for Vrabel, maybe, Okay. I think that. But I think your other ones, San Francisco, Chicago, Las Vegas, have to be in I'm going to take New Orleans off the board. I think those are going to be the top three. If you had three to pick, I'm thinking those are the top three.
All right.
And I have my one.
Okay. All right. So I don't have a top three. I just got one. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, granted, I have the advantage of having the homie investigative group going to work for me all the time. And I will tell you exactly why.
And neither one of us know who we're thinking of. So this could be interesting.
That's right. Let the people know we're keeping it real out here. Who's not the motherfucker? Drum roll, everybody. It is Jimmy G. You know why? Do you want to know why? Now here's go.
Let's hear.
Let's lay down the foundation. Last year, on board with New England, Tom Brady says over Belichick's head, it's me or him, man. It's me or him. Guess who they chose? Me, Tom Brady, the GOAT. So Belichick reluctantly sends Jimmy Garoppolo to a soft landing spot, one of his boys, and said, I don't want you to fail. I want you to be in a stand-up position. Now, do we know 100% that Belichick and Tom Brady truly despise each other? Or do they just have a typical coach-style relationship? How do we not know that Brady doesn't want Garoppolo to succeed as well, just not where I'm at? Now, here's your chief reason why. Homie investigative group is serious business, man. They don't play around. Guess what two players have the exact same agent? Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo. So you don't think that they chill? They done had tight relationship from day one. You never seen no sideline beef like or funny looks like Aaron Rodgers used to give Brett Favre. Like, I want your job. Like, you didn't ever hear nothing about those tensions. So I personally think it's one of those catered situations like LeBron does for some of his guys who happen to be either represented by his boy. I can't remember what his name is, Ryan Paul or something like that, who was an agent for their little agency group that played for them once upon a time, and he gets them to either the team that LeBron is on or the team that they think is on a good place. They ain't sending them to, nowhere garbage. They sent the LeBron group sent Tristan Thompson, who was the bench player for the Cleveland Cavaliers, to Boston Celtics and got him a fat contract and got him the opportunity to ball out with the young guys that they have over there. So the reason why I say this is there would be no agent who would go in between two of his representatives with beef like that, to create beef like that, to where Tom Brady would have it come out his mouth like, this motherfucker? I don't think so. Above and beyond, without a shadow of a doubt, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. He is not the motherfucker. You have a rebuttal for my statements.
I have a rebuttal for that. I 100% think it's Jimmy G, because A, Brady knows how bad he is, and B, I don't believe that they got along very well in New England, exactly for the comments that you just said, that he basically told the Patriots, you pick me or him, right?
That's right.
So
I want him to go be a pretty boy, take his pretty boy looks, dating porn stars and all of that stuff he was doing right there, and take it somewhere else where he can get down. You know what I'm saying? I got my model wife. He can go do his thing somewhere else, get him a fat contract, and we could be cool.
Yeah, but then you go back to the places of where Brady was realistically wanting to go, and I believe San Francisco was probably one of the top destinations.
It probably was number one for sure.
Yeah. So, and then that's where I believe you're sticking with that mother effort comes into play, because that would be his number one go-to destination. He already, beat him out the whole time he was in New England, even though it was always Brady's team. And, the competition's probably not like it is in Seattle for a starting quarterback, right? Even, not that anybody's challenging Russell Wilson, but it's always a competitive environment, right? So that's why I believe that San Francisco was definitely Jimmy Garoppolo was most definitely the motherfucker.
See, and I saved this small piece of information for you right here.
Here we go.
Because I knew that's why I set you up to rebut, so you could stand on that rock that you're trying to stand on.
Okay, here it is.
Okay, the quote was, I was interested in a team, then all of a sudden they weren't interested in the very end. I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker. Are you serious? Okay, let's take that for exactly what it is. Sticking, when I say sticking with somebody, that would almost lead me to believe that the person was garbage, or in Tom Brady's eyes, on-field play was not up to par.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Not up to a winning level. I would probably be safe to say not 500 ball being won by this particular quarterback. So you seem to forget that as bad as people look at Jimmy Garoppolo, he led a team to the Super Bowl, bro.
That is true. That is very true.
So that's my number one bullet that tells me that he is not the motherfucker because, you're going to stick with a dude who just got you there and you still have plenty of promise left. Okay, yeah, he fizzled out in the second half of the Super Bowl and couldn't make things happen, but it's not like they weren't already there. Shit, damn it, to this point right now, they look like they could be there. In our division, they look like they could be there every year sometimes. Okay, that's why I hate them. Okay, but that's my number one piece of information that leads you. Now, tell me that didn't sway you. You better come back with somebody else.
No, I'm still sticking with it. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I agree. You know, he definitely, when you read into it and he says you're sticking with him, you would have to look into it as a part of where, maybe that quarterback hasn't really had the best seasons for your team. So right. I could play with that, but I'm definitely sticking with Garoppolo just because of the animosity. I believe that, you know, Brady just thinks he's better than everybody else, which could go along with pretty much any mother effer he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you've already you jumped the gun, and you already said that you don't think it was. You think that who definitely wasn't the motherfucker was probably Breeze. Right. By far and away, he's not gonna come at Breeze like that or think about Breeze like that.
100%.
I agree with that.
Because I mean, now that you said that too about sticking with it, I mean, Breeze's record in New Orleans going to a champion, you know, the playoffs and the championship game pretty much damn near every year in the last 5 years. You know, I don't think he would say that as well.
Exactly. So I guess that puts it back on me then. For who do I think that the motherfucker truly is? Okay, now at first, I'm gonna walk you through where my brain was going. Now, the first person I thought of was Mitch Trubisky. But then again, you look at the way that the teams were constructed and what Tom Brady was looking for. So now we know what we know. Look at the way that Tampa Bay is currently constructed or was constructed last year. Solid defense, plenty of weapons around. Now, maybe they didn't have the best running back weapon, but before the young kid Cohen got hurt, you had like a Tyreek Hill type of person there. You had, what's my man's name, Montgomery there, who was serviceable. And you got Allen Robinson there, who was a certifiable number one. Okay, now granted, they didn't have a whole bunch of people, but they could have built just like Tampa Bay ended up building around Tom Brady. Okay, because if you look at what everybody had been saying about Mitch Trubisky, and why did you trade up? Why'd you spend a number 2 overall on Mitch Trubisky? And for him to put up those numbers, you had to bench him at certain parts of the season. You know what I mean? You gonna stick with this? Okay. So at first, that was my number one. Okay. That was my number one. Because then I'm thinking, yeah, he knows that he can go in there and do better than that dude. That's why he's like, y'all sticking with these dudes. Right. Second one off the rip was not really high on my list, but it made me think a little bit. Like, wouldn't Tom Brady want to be one of the cats? You know, now granted, he's from the Bay Area and they'd have moved the team to Vegas, but like the Raiders and Derek Carr, after years and years of just adequate quarterback play, it's just a guy back there. Okay. Yeah. But did they have all of the materials around Tom Brady that he would want? I don't know. You know, they had picked Jacobs the 2 years before, so you had a top-notch number one running back. Okay, but outside of that, we found out during last year, they had nobody outside. They would have had to go get every wide receiver they could imagine because either A, they didn't have them or they fell off. But guess who else was there? Gronk 2.0. You had Waller there.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Maybe that would have been a little bit, maybe that would have been enticing a little bit. The D probably needs some work, but do you really want to be in a division with Kansas City? No, you don't. You don't want to be made to look horrible twice a year. Okay. So those were two that I really considered because I was like, okay, yeah, those are dudes that, really shouldn't probably still be quarterbacks right now. Okay, now we talked about everybody else that got jobs and filled those other positions. So guess who was left? The last certifiable dude. And okay, think about this. Who would Tom Brady have gone against multiple times per year enough to gauge somebody's performance? Oh, let me guess. Ryan Tannehill, ex-quarterback of the Miami Dolphins in division with New England Patriots. I've seen us run over him and him crash and burn multiple times in action, live. I was standing on the sidelines. I wasn't really paying attention because he's garbage, but I know we won. So the Dolphins have never done anything, okay? Now, in the beginning, a team was interested. You trying to tell me that Mike Vrabel wasn't convincing the ownership and the GM of the Tennessee Titans to consider Tom Brady, considering so that move, the Tom Brady move in Tennessee would be kind of like what the Julio Jones move is for Tennessee this year, right? Everything is all there. They trying to get him to come. Please come. We'll hook it up. We'll make it happen. You got the top line, the number one running back, okay, in the league on the squad. At the time, you had Corey Davis, you had Jonnu Smith, you had that's still there right now, AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Still there right now, okay? So now you got all the weapons, okay? You could turn Jonnu Smith, tight end, into the star, okay, that you always do with tight ends. You got outside depth, and you got the number one running back who will take all of the pressure off Tom Brady. I'm trying to tell you, Vrabel put it on his plate like, come on, man. And I guarantee you, the ownership was like, we don't need all of that. And it made Vrabel go back with his sons dressed up as Teen Titans, Power Rangers, and whatever else they dressed like during draft day, okay, and tell Tom Brady, nah, we're not interested right now. We're going to, roll with the money that we gave Ryan Tannehill because trades get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the first word Tom Brady said was, wait a minute. You sticking with that motherfucker? Okay, all right. All right, if that's what you want to do, all right, I got something fly for you because I know somewhere that they ain't got no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They, the Tampa Bay had already said that Jameis Winston is not coming back, so that was not the mission. Okay, so yeah, I know a spot where all they need is a quarterback. Tampa Bay been balling with a dude who throws. What did Jameis do? Half as many interceptions?
30 interceptions? Yeah, 30. 30 for 30, baby. And I ain't talking about stolen bases and home runs.
That's right. And we ain't talking about documentaries either. So
yeah, that either.
I'm trying to tell you. So he said, all right, I got something for you. And what was the last thing he said after that? Okay. Now, they did not square off, okay, in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, as we know when we fast forward. But he knew that team probably could be good enough. That's why the last sentence of the Tom Brady statement, you got to break this down. That's why Tommy Investigator could be on this stuff.
You definitely did.
And I'm going to fuck you up because of that. Y'all go ahead and beat Kansas City and get to the Super Bowl. Watch what happens. Watch what happens live. And I ain't talking about Andy Cohen neither. Watch what happens live, and I'm going to give it to you. Now, he didn't get a chance to do that, but tell me Tom Brady didn't call his shot and prove exactly what he said he was going to do. He said, if I throw as many touchdown passes as Jameis Winston and half of his interceptions were in the Super Bowl, and I call up two of my homeboys, Gronk, AB, game's over. It's a wrap. I could have did this for y'all. Y'all messed up. And now y'all looking stupid. Now, only person who really knows that this is legit. Now, we haven't gotten an official statement from the podcast from Mike Vrabel yet, but I'm trying to tell you that hey, that's the move right there, man. That I dare you to refute that.
I'm 100% in with you on that one now, Anonymous Big Homie, since you just brought all that to the attention. Because you know what? I seen the clip, I haven't been able to watch it yet, but when he's talking about who you're going to stick with that mother effer.
That's
when
right.
He's talking about it, you could feel that he's talking to his boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To his boy, Mike Vrabel, right?
Yeah.
Now that you say all that, now it makes sense, homie.
Yeah, man.
Yo, dog.
I'm trying to tell you. And
you just hit it on the nose, though.
He wouldn't say that about a player that he did not have. I had to look at this, right? We had to look at this. He wouldn't say that about a player or a quarterback that he did not have intimate knowledge of. Like, that he was aware of how they play, not just looking at Sports Center, looking at the stats. Right. I'm talking about that I've played regularly, okay, 100%. In division with. Who the only player in that on the list that he was in division with that he could talk about like that, except for, and that's why to throw everybody off the scent, okay, I did have Tyrod Taylor in there, okay, because he was the QB in Buffalo prior to the Josh Allen experiment that's now, going crazy, going nuts, it's working, okay. But I'm Tom Brady. I've been here for 20 years. I've seen it all. Who have I been playing that's like one of our chief rivals that actually messed us up the last game of the season one year with some crazy fumble run back situation? Okay, it's the Dolphins. I guarantee you that above the Jets, above the Bills, that the Dolphins is probably the Patriots' chief rival. Okay, and a lot of their coaches end up getting jobs down there, right? Matter of fact, right now, damn it. So, hey, I'm telling you, book that one, boy.
Homie, investigation team was on it.
We know who the motherfucker is around here. I don't care if y'all don't know. Yeah, we would love to hear from y'all. Make sure y'all hit us up. On the socials. You know what hashtag to use. My man will tell you 100 different times all through the show. Make sure you use that. Tell us who you think the motherfucker is. Hashtag it who you think the motherfucker is. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And we would love to get some feedback because this one's hot. This is one of those. It's like playing Clue. You know what I mean? On the board game. It's like playing Clue. It's beautiful, man. I broke it all the way down. Y'all can tell me if y'all agree with me. Tell me you don't agree with me. I like that even more because that adds more fuel to the flame. You know what I mean? With the hot takes. But let us know, man. I'm telling you, man. Tell me that wasn't a beautiful segment. Tell me that wasn't great.
Yo, I'm glad we didn't talk about that because I loved every minute of it. And
you ain't even know.
The Vrabel, the Tennessee, the Tannehill. I
set you up. I ain't gonna lie. I set you up.
You 100% did. You definitely caught me off guard on that one. I didn't look into it as deep dive like that, and I should have. And that makes a lot more sense now that you brought that out. And you know what, Anonymous Big Homie? Let's get that hashtag Stix and Sports popping off with who's the mother effer, because once people listen to this seg and this discussion piece on this thing, brah, I want to know what you all think and who anybody else that hasn't listened to our show before, maybe get a listen to this. And then
ask your homies, ask your people at the barbershop, ask the man when you buying Twinkies, when you getting your gas tank filled up, when you at getting a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, ask him who he think the motherfucker is. I don't care. It could be way out of left field, but you better come with it. You better tell me why. Or other than that, you get flushed.
And that was the mother effer segment. Now let's get into.
Come on, we need some defense here. Johnny, maybe we got to do one of those waves.
Some MLB talk. You want to talk a little MLB, Anonymous Big Homie?
Hell yeah. You know I'm ready right now. The way the Dodgers playing, I'm ready, bro.
Well, you're going to throw me off my game real quick.
I just need to know. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know if you got this, but I need to know who the hell Angel Hernandez is. Okay? That's what I need to know. I didn't do no research, bro. I held this for today. I hope that you knew. Because I'm going to do some research later. But I just need to know who my boy Spin God is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Bauer, who Angel Hernandez is.
I didn't hear what Bauer said about Angel Hernandez, but Angel Hernandez is the worst umpire in the MLB history.
Oh, that's a fact? Worse than Cowboy Joe West. It'd be costing people no hitters and all that.
That's a fact, yes.
Wow.
Speaking of your boy Bauer, I did watch a little bit of that game the other day, and Bauer did get the benefit of Angel Hernandez on a couple pitches with a slider out of the strike zone by, you can see my hands. It was like that far outside, not even close to a strike, and rang a couple people up. So I don't know what Bauer said about Angel Hernandez. That'd be a good something to look into. But yeah, I think Rudy's references before about Angel Hernandez and his terrible umpiring skills. There's all sorts of memes about Angel Hernandez and, you know, being blind and not being able to see and just doesn't see the strike zone. It's ridiculous. The guy is absolutely ridiculous. He was behind the plate when Bauer was pitching the other day, though. Yeah, no, I just heard him. Okay, so what was funny, they showed a little clip of him in like a after the game presser, you know, with the drop cloth in the back, and they asked him a question, and he says,
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I don't know. And then, as he's getting up, he says, "You need to ask effing," and it starts to get blurry after that. Like he's stepping away from the mic and further away from the microphone. Ask friggin' Angel Hernandez.
He was talking about checking his hands. So Angel Hernandez.
Okay, because I didn't get what the question was. All I heard was that, and I was like, "Who the hell is Angel Hernandez?
Yeah,
the shortstop from the Cuban League or something? I don't know. What's up?"
Yeah, he's definitely a terrible umpire. But yeah, he also checked. He checked Bauer's hands for foreign substances or whatever that when he was walking off the field. So he had a little bit to do with that. So speaking of foreign substances, while we're going to get into that, Mariners pitcher Hector Santiago suspended for 10 games, bro. The first one is a Mariner of all things. How come we get all the good stuff, bro?
I'm telling you, we put it in the air.
And we
talked about it, and it landed on one of our teams.
And one of our teams, bro. Oh, and yeah, and that does go back to remind, speaking of our teams, Rudy's team's been no hit twice. My team's been no hit twice. Mariners and your Dodgers finally got the one no hit, bro. They got another.
That don't count. That don't count. You can't use 100 pitchers to get a no hitter. That don't count.
Mariners did it in 2012 on my birthday, brother, against the Dodgers. The Dodgers. Hell yeah! A no hitter's no hitter, bro. Just like 7 innings is no hitter.
That's all good, man.
But back to Santiago. Did you see how they treated that thing? They took his glove off. They wrapped the. Okay, now you're gonna get me start.
Yeah, let's go. Go in.
They wrapped the mother effer in a garbage bag. The same damn garbage bags I have in my cabinet over here for my garbage.
Okay, and word for word, the person who was calling the game said they're hermetically sealing the glove. They put that shit in a damn Safeway bag, bro.
They put that in a garbage bag and wrapped it up like it was just a piece of trash.
They act like it was a CSI clue or something.
There you go, CSI clue. And you know what else the thing is too? I heard today they haven't even did an investigation on it. They just said nope, done.
I'm not surprised.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm telling you, they wanted to hit somebody, and they wanted to. Now, okay, so we were wondering who was the first person who was going to get stopped and frisked. Okay, so we found out who that was.
We thought it would have been a reliever, though. We were looking for the big dogs.
Okay, so yeah, they got DeGrom, but who was the first person who they're going to tag with the penalty?
Right.
There is got to be. See, we didn't talk about this, but you think about it. Yes, maybe yeah. Let's get a reliever because we don't want to penalize an entire team, but we still want to make sure that our points out there. We want to hit somebody. We could be wrong or not. Let's give them a 10-game suspension. Let them appeal, do whatever. But let's hit somebody. Let them know that we ain't playing.
Why would they have to do it to a Mariners pitcher who's the freaking bullpen is at like a 5-something ERA? I mean, they're still decent nowadays, but I mean, they have their good games and their bad games, but most of the time they're bad games. So how? But you seen
the look on his face though over the umpire's shoulder as the camera was coming in, like, all right, yeah, I got me. All right, I mean, whatever y'all want to do, it's all good. Whatever. I was gonna be in Tacoma in 2 weeks anyway. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, getting
at least I get. Oh, he doesn't get
major league suspension is better than being in the Rainiers. You know what I'm saying, for a couple months. But yeah, no, he looked like he wasn't really tripping. So I was like, okay, he knows his role. You know what I'm saying, to use a Rock quote, he knows his role.
Yeah. Well, the Mariners are still 41-39, 7 games back of those damn Astros. They're freaking insane. Them and the A's, man, it's just they just always find a way. Over 500. Let's keep battling and see what happens. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this announced, big homie, but pretty cool stat I saw on Vlad Sr. and Vlad Jr. Both hit their 50th home runs in 258 career games. Only in baseball, bro. 50 home runs.
First 50 in the same amount of games played.
Same amount of games played. 258 games. Gee. Only in baseball, bro. Like, how great is baseball with all these magnificent stats and home runs on your birthday and Mother's Day and Father's Day?
Yeah. So as great as that is, you're absolutely right. That's like Junior and Senior Griffey playing in the same game together. Okay, 100%. That's beautiful. But just as great as that is, the MLB don't know how to manage promos, bro. You trying to tell me they should be having all kind of merch? You know what I mean? Vlad Senior, Junior, they should have commercials on the MLB channel, all kind of stuff, because that's crazy. Yeah, I'm saying they should have They should have the whole damn Toronto Blue Jays team and they pubs out there. They should be promoting this because now we old, bro. We remember all of those dudes. 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that they do themselves a disservice. You know what I mean? If anything, with publicity because I just don't think that they know how to do it well. You know what I mean?
Well, the MLB can get at us, and we can help them out with that. We already give them this free promotion talk every week with our MLB chatter that we got going on for them, man. We give them more publicity than they probably get regular MLB network, right?
That's right. And I'm not doing an internship neither. I'm getting paid. You paying me for all these ideas. Hey, you ain't dealing with no banana in the tailpipe situation. You know what I mean? Break us off immediately.
Hey, and we'd be remiss and be terrible podcast sports talk guys if we didn't talk about
laughing at the Yankees or what?
Yeah, that too. We need. Yeah, if we had more time, we'd definitely go.
Yes, sir.
The Mariners have a better record than the Yankees at this point. So, Showtime Ohtani, as you like to call him,
Showtime,
and Aaron Jones's former Chicago Cub, Kyle Schwarber, are on fire, bro. So, before we get into that, there's been 39 players in MLB history to hit 30 plus home runs at the All-Star break. So you have Shohei at 28, Vlad Jr. at 26, Schwarber at 25, Tatis Jr. at 25, and Acuna at 21.
Oh, snap.
So 39 players have hit 30 home runs before the All-Star break.
And you just named off how many? 6, 7?
Well, these are the five home run leaders right now.
Right, and they're close to 30 though.
And they're close to.
And 30. We got like a week? We got a week and a half or something.
A weekend, yeah, probably like 10 days. July 9. Well, yeah, probably a week, full week. Yeah, a week. So, it's crazy to think. I mean, and just Schwarber's hit 10 home run or 12 home runs in the last 10 days, right? 10 game span.
Yeah, I like that guy. I liked him ever since he the one held up the Cubs when they got rid of their curse back in the day. It wasn't nobody else. That's what I'm saying.
That's the dude, guy, Kirk Gibson, baby.
I was like, man, respect to that man. I've been following him ever since. That's my guy right there.
From AAA to the pros to a knee injury to come back in the playoffs. Aaron Jones would love this seg if he was on here right now. He'd be all about that Chicago Cubs talk.
Yes, sir.
And then you got Ohtani, who's hit, I think it was 5 home runs in 5 games. One of those games, he just got a measly double, and then a 2 home run game. But as you've talked about before, Anand's big homie, who do you reference Ohtani to? The Babe, right?
That's right.
The Babe is the only one.
There's nobody else.
And you also, to your credit, when we were discussing this, I think you, Rudy, and I all came up with the same 3 players: Babe Ruth, Rick Ankiel, and Shohei. Right? Those are the only 3 that you can get.
That's it.
And here's another stat for you: MLB players with 75 plus home runs and 100 strikeouts all time. Babe Ruth, 714 home runs, 501 strikeouts. Rick Ankiel, 76 home runs, 269 strikeouts. And Shohei, 75 home runs and 148 strikeouts.
Yo, you would almost think that I cooked the books to make it look like that.
I know. You called it on point, brah.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, we ain't sitting here playing around with y'all. Okay. We should have a show on multiple networks right now, but we working this game out. We paying our dues, as they say. And I'm trying to tell you, there's no more capable people out here doing this. You know what I'm saying? With the shenanigans and everything. The facts.
Hot takes and facts and real talk, brother. That's how we do it, right? That's how we do it.
I tried to tell you. And Rick Ankiel, we know that he wasn't even for a minute, I give him two rock solid years. He was a top line pitcher. Okay. A top line pitcher. But after that, I mean, he got the yips or whatever they call it, the sports psychology situation. You got to sit on the couch or whatever. You got to switch positions. So which afforded him the opportunity to get more at bats. We talking about 2 other people, the Babe and Showtime, This is what they do. Okay, how many players from the mound can we, if we put Showtime stats as the Mendoza line, how many people are above that just off the mound? And then let's flip the script. In the box, how many players have better statistical output with the bat in his hand, with the lumber, than him? That's unseen, man. That's unseen, man. And it ain't stopping. That's the problem. It's not stopping. So everybody better step their damn game up. You know what I'm saying? So when you got your kids out here and the coach and your kids are growing up and your coaches is not letting them play both sides anymore, right, and this kind of thing, don't do it. Don't do it. Make them learn how to pitch and keep swinging the bat, okay? Because that shouldn't stop after college and you become specialized. This ain't the NFL where all I get paid to do is kickoff, punt, field goal. You know what I mean? That's literally all I get paid to do. And hopefully I don't have to tackle somebody. No, if you want to be an asset, better yet, I'm talking about a historical figure in the game, play it all, man. That's why Bo, Dion, Brian Jordan to some extent, these people's names still ring off because they was able to play at a high level two major sports, man.
All around, man. It's just, hey, maybe once you get there, they can make the decisions themselves, but it doesn't hurt them to want to be like Shohei. I mean, hell, that kid's great, dude. That kid is great. And like you said, no disrespect to Schwarber. Schwarber's on fire too. I hope he can maintain that. If my mind serves me correctly, I believe there was only 2 or 3 years where the over 30 home runs I referenced to, where the same year there was, I know for a fact there was 1 year where there was 3. I don't think there was any where there was a four home runs or 430 homer guys by All-Star break. And Griffey was on there a couple times. Yeah. Obviously. And then he ended up getting injured. Story of our Mariner fans' life, career, the Griffey Jr.'s injuries. Obviously Bonds and Sosa on there a couple times. Just going off the top of my head here. 2019, you had Bellinger, Alonso, and the one I couldn't remember, Bellinger, Alonso, and these is recent too then. 2019, yeah, there was the other dude that was on there too. I can't believe I forgot about that. But anyways, yeah, there was in 2019, that was snap.
That's wild, man. This dude, man, Carl Schwarber, man, that 10 game run for him is, that's a historical run right there for 10 games. I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do, that April that Junior had that winning season.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was just nuts, bro.
It was I wonder if the same year where he hit like the 8 home runs in a row, or 8 games in a row, 9 games in a row.
Yeah. He had like maybe it wasn't April, but I thought that it was like the first month of the season. It might have been a different month, but he just went on this stupid run, and it was like, I think he ended up the month, don't quote me on it, but I think it was like 15 homers in that month, and it was just nuts. And I remember I was constantly tuning in because we just was expecting for it to go down.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that we've talked about the cracking down on the pitchers, right, with the substance and stuff. I mean, is that going to get us more home runs? Is it going to cause more? Is it going to inflate the run numbers, stuff like that? So maybe these dudes have a chance if they stay healthy to get, a legit 50 home runs on the season, which I think in 2021 is going to be a phenomenal accomplishment with everything that's going on after taking half a year off last year. And I remember the dude, Yelich. Yelich was the other dude in 2019. Oh. Your boy who fell off the face of the earth.
I was going to say, even after he got the money, I don't believe it.
Yep. So as you like to make sure that is known, and Nas big homie. Hey, facts are facts, brother. That's how we bring it, right?
It is what it is.
Facts are facts. So, not big homie, man. You brought the fire with the who's the mother effer. Parental guidance suggested. We probably have to put that at the beginning of that. But
yes, sir.
If you made it this far,
hey, I was just quoting the man. That's what he said.
I was just gonna say we were just quoting and going with what was on the show, man. So, you know, as always, that was fire, bro. That was fire. So we touched on a lot of stuff. You know, we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate y'all listening. Make sure you go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content, as always. And grab some merch while you're there. Everybody needs some merch. Just don't get that big. Don't get that big size like Nas Big Homie had to get. Those tall tees.
Just be patient. It's coming.
Follow me at Stix015. Use that hashtag Stix and Sports for especially this episode. We're gonna get that cracking. And follow this guy, Nas Big Homie at homie_anonymous.
Jules. Because guess what? Hey, look, you heard about this though? Peep this. They letting Bill Cosby out of jail today. He let out.
Oh,
it's going down.
I had that written down, bro. I was gonna let you get it.
It's going down, man. Hey, some people gonna be happy, some people gonna be mad. But either way, when you listen to this, you're gonna know this is funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.